am Meghna Pramoda. My people say I'm a chili. I am a poet. I like being a poet. I paint with words. Now I become a sister, a daughter, and a friend. My love for my family and friends extends far deeper than the deepest roots of the oldest red oaks. I am there for them, always. And then a violinist. I am the music notes as they float off the page in strings of melodies and into my waiting ears. I could never give up my dearest violin for anything. Finally, I am a human being. I am a part of the people around me, the people who support me, the people who always have my back. But just like a human, I fall down too. Just like a human, I make mistakes. Just like a human, I create and destroy. And just like a human, I learn. Being human is the last thing, because no matter what happens, I am always human. This is me, a poet, a sister, a daughter, a friend, a violinist, a learner, and always a human. Acta non verba. Acta non verba, deeds not words, like when we're gone, forever among the birds. Will they really sing our praises to replenish our life on earth? In honor of nothing, because actions are nothing without the words, and words are nothing without the actions. Each of each other are nothing. Nothing is nothing without everything. Our words carry to every ear on earth, be it we know, or they may never hear, but in their dreams are words. Verba, verb, verbal. But verbs refer to action, whereas verbal to words. All the same derivation, connection achieved, disconnection on causation deceived, dissolved. The mystery has been solved by none other than Sherlock Holmes and Shakespeare, who all used words to justify their actions, and actions to justify those same words. The great COVID-19 crisis of 2020. We used to go to school. We used to play outside and go to restaurants and scream at the stars every second and think that nothing was ever going to change. Nothing could ever disrupt our peace and happiness upon this earth. But now we sit at computer screens all day and try to interact with people who are just not actually there, but are miles away with only the screen separating you from them, and them from whatever fate you encounter, because those people are waiting for that machine, because life depends upon that machine, with the single cord to keep the lungs breathing. And the hearts beat faster because that person might not be there the next day, when after they've taken care of their children and stuffed cereal and milk down their throats and cleaned their faces and finally driven back to the hospital, only to see that there is no life left, no staircase to their minds and the heart that was. What is behind each mask? What is behind the woven strings of cloth that cover our faces and cover our smiles, so that we can only tell by wrinkled eyes that someone else is happy, that someone else has a different story than our own, though they are not so different from us. Because every mask is a hiding spot, a place to store the non-disclosable and make discretions to cover up our reasons from the rest of society, who is undeserved. The sick, the dying, the dead are all waiting for the clock to tick, for time to tell the end. Allegory of the Fog Dancer. He could not see ahead of him, but still he danced forward, forever forward, searching for a light, a break in the fog, smoke, haze. But he wasn't to know that there was none, that life is sort of just all a dream. Everything around is just not what it seems, or perhaps is just an allegory. Each door ahead of him was infinitely closed, and yet he danced through them, as though there was something to be seen at the end, something to be had at each bend, but there was nothing. Not unless he danced backwards, or left, or right, not with every grain of wheat the wind blew. Did he ever realize that he might leave if he just went another direction, traveled into and not past another connection. He could not see an end, or the foreboding clouds above, but he still slept and woke with each passing night, with never an afterthought not blotted. Like a black ocean he flowed ahead, the tide welling at each second and receding at the next. Never did he stop, and so Father Time stopped for him. If I ruled the world. You know, if I ruled the world, people would not play video games. If I ruled the world, people would not be homeless or poor. If I ruled the world, people would not be doing drugs. If I ruled the world, there would be no idiotic leaders. If I ruled the world, bad political parties would not make a comeback. If I ruled the world, there would be no violence and people would not be abusive. If I ruled the world, people would not die from diseases like malaria and polio. If I ruled the world, people would not be obese. If I ruled the world, people would not drink alcohol. If I ruled the world, there would be no teenage pregnancies. If I ruled the world, everyone would have equal rights, and there would be no racism. If I ruled the world, people would not smoke. If I ruled the world, people would not be mentally ill. If I ruled the world, people would not be inappropriate or do illegal things. If I ruled the world, then women would not be enslaved and forced to entertain men at gentlemen's clubs. In fact, if I ruled the world, there would be no gentlemen's clubs altogether. If I ruled the world, there would be no pollution. If I ruled the world, I think it would be a much better place. This is me, a poet, a sister, a daughter, a friend, a violinist, a learner, and always a human. Thank you.